Hi guys, we are here with your Bible reading. We hope you guys are having a good day. Sherman's not going to follow along with us again today. He's in there getting him something to eat. His eye's still bothering him. If you guys would like to follow along with me today, we'll be reading Matthew chapter 17, verses 10 through 27. And then we have our Psalms and Proverbs. I believe it's Psalm 22 today, verses 1 through 18. Today, you'll be seeing where Jesus heals a demon-possessed boy. Jesus has healed many people that have been demon-possessed. You'll get to see him healing a demon-possessed boy today. You'll see where Jesus predicts his death a second time. And then finally, for Matthew today, we'll be talking about the temple tax. Okay, guys. We'll be reading in the New International Version if you'd like to follow along. Alright. Let's see here. I cleaned my glasses with my tissues. They got lotion in them. Not a very good thing to clean your glasses with. You be quiet in there. The disciples asked him, "Why then do the teachers of the law say that Elijah must come first?" Jesus replied, "To be sure Elijah comes and will restore all things. But I tell you, Elijah has already come." Jesus referring to John the Baptist, but they didn't understand that. "But I tell you, Elijah has already come, and they did not recognize him, but have done to him everything they wished. In the same way, the Son of Man is going to suffer at their hands." Jesus referring to himself, the Son of Man, of course. Then the disciples understood that he was talking to them about John the Baptist. When they came to the crowd, a man approached Jesus and knelt before him. "Lord, have mercy on my son," he said. "He has seizures and is suffering greatly. He often falls into the fire or into the water. I brought him to your disciples, but they could not heal him." "You unbelieving and perverse generation," Jesus replied, "how long shall I stay with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring the boy here to me." Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of the boy, and he was healed at that moment. Then the disciples came to Jesus in private and asked, "Why couldn't we drive it out?" He replied, "Because you have so little faith. Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." When they came together in Galilee, he said to them, "The Son of Man is going to be delivered into the hands of men. They will kill him, and on the third day he will be raised to life." And the disciples were filled with grief. After Jesus and his disciples arrived in Capernaum, the collectors of the 2 drachma temple tax came to Peter and asked, "Doesn't your teacher pay the temple tax?" "Yes, he does," he replied. When Peter came into the house, Jesus was the first to speak. "What do you think, Simon?" he asked. "From whom do the kings of the earth collect duty and taxes? From their own children or from others?" "From others," Peter answered. "Then the children are exempt," Jesus said to him. "But so that we may not cause offense, go to the lake and throw out your line." Take the first fish you catch, open its mouth, and you will find a 4-drachma coin. Take it and give it to them for my tax and yours." And Peter did just as Jesus said, and he found 4-drachma coin in the fish's mouth. Remember, the temple tax was 2 drachma, so the fish having a 4-drachma coin would be enough for, like Jesus said, take the first fish you catch, open its mouth, and you will find a 4-drachma coin. Take it and give it to them for your tax and mine. So he paid for his tax and Peter's. Alright guys, that's where we're going to stop with Matthew today. Sorry, my lung hurts so bad today. I have an awful headache. It's hard to get my breath. Okay. Our psalm today is another beautiful Psalm of David. Psalm 22, verses 1 through 18. For the director of music, to the tune of "The Doe of the Morning," the Psalm of David. This is a beautiful psalm. My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from my cries of anguish? My God, I cry out by day, but you do not answer. By night, but I find no rest. Yet you are enthroned as the Holy One. You are the one Israel praises. In you our ancestors put their trust. They trusted, and you delivered them. To you they cried out and were saved. In you they trusted and were not put to shame. But I am a worm and not a man, scorned by everyone, despised by the people. All who see me mock me. They hurl insults, shaking their heads. He trusts in the Lord, they say. Let the Lord rescue him. Let him deliver him, since he delights in him. Yet you brought me out of the womb. You made me trust in you, even at my mother's breast. From birth I was cast on you. From my mother's womb you have been my God. Do not be far from me, for trouble is near, and there is no one to help. Many bulls surround me. Strong bulls of Bashan encircle me. Roaring lions that tear their prey open their mouths wide against me. I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart has turned to wax. It has melted within me. My mouth is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue sticks to the roof of my mouth. You lay me in the dust of death. Dogs surround me. A pack of villains encircle me. They pierce my hands and my feet. All my bones are on display. People stare and gloat over me. They divide my clothes among them and cast lots for my garment. That was referring to Jesus, by the way, being hung on the cross. And you'll see that when we get to that part of what happens to Jesus when he's hung on the cross, how they cast lots for his clothes. And his hands and feet are pierced. All his bones are on display, but none of his bones are broken. So that's what this song was about. It was about Jesus. And that was Psalm 22 for the director of music, to the tune of "The Doe of the Morning," the Psalm of David. And our Proverbs today is Proverbs chapter 5, verses 7 through 14. Continuing on from yesterday where we started talking about adultery. Now then, my sons, listen to me. Do not turn aside from what I say. Keep to a path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house, lest you lose your honor to others, and your dignity to one who is cruel. Lest strangers feast on your wealth, and your toil enrich the house of another. At the end of your life you will groan when your flesh and body are spent. You will say, how I hated discipline, how my heart spurned correction. I would not obey my teachers or turn my ear to my instructors. And as I was soon in serious trouble in the assembly of God's people. And that was Proverbs chapter 5, verses 7 through 14. Now we are going to go to our homework. With Sherm, I'll wait for him to get in here. He's in the kitchen. He's coming. Hello. Hello. Pencil. Get your pencil. And our homework question for last night was,
in the parable of the wedding feast, what is the fate of the man who did not put his best clothes on?
and the answer we should have came up with is,
He is tied up and thrown outside.
yep, he was. Okay guys, and our homework question that Sherm picked out for us tonight is,
What town was the scene of the feast where Jesus was anointed with expensive perfume?
and we can find that in the book of
John.
John. Can you give them the verse?
John 12.
You can find tonight's homework question in John chapter 12 and
Verses 1 through 8.
verses 1 through 8. And again, the question is,
What town was the scene of the feast where Jesus was anointed with expensive perfume?
alright guys, that is our homework for tonight. We're going to skip prayer requests today. They are all the same. And I don't know nothing new about anyone, so we're going to just, skip them today. So just please keep everyone in prayer that we've been praying for. We hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye guys. God bless.